Welcome to the debate on the Premier League preview show. We usually don't talk about West Ham, but developing matters or the way things have played out, we need to talk a bit about West Ham. Why? According to reports, they are close to agreeing a deal with Ajax for the services of Black Stars attacker Mohamed Kudus. So Kudus was very close to Brighton. That move didn't play out. Chelsea were said to be interested. It didn't happen. Now it looks like he is going to West Ham. So the question of the day, will Mohamed Kudus fit in the Premier League? Will he fit into the Premier League? Those are some numbers. You know, currently plays for Ajax. It looks like he's going to West Ham. 27 goals, 12 assists in 87 games. Wow. So he's involved in 39, the things these days have all these funny matrix. Goal contributions, they say. Goals and assists. I love some of these names. Guys, so the question on the table is, will he fit in the Premier League? Yeah, will he fit?
Easy.
Wow.
Football, from my perspective anyway, intelligent movement, good control, excellent passing. In England, they add pace and strength, and he takes all of that. Looking at the fact that Kudus has played in Ajax, he's played in Champions League, he's played in Denmark, he's been exposed to different football cultures.
And he's played at the World Cup.
Sorry, at the World Cup. But what makes the Premier League the right fit for him is that I've not seen a Ghanaian that has gone into the Premier League and not had some sort of success. So our football DNA or culture is actually made for the Premier League.
Okay.
The only thing is that we play a lot of gutter to gutter, so everybody ends up as a midfielder to some extent. I played a bit in England, and my experience there, you don't need to be the best technically to play. So all you need is pace. And you do 100 meters, you're quick. They put the ball anywhere, you can chase it. You get in there, you can bumble your way through because you're strong. And we've seen that from Kudus. He's got good technique, he's got pace, and he's got strength. He's got enough to take him to the next level.
Okay.
But he needs to be aware that in the Premier League, you can't hold on to the ball for too long. Yeah. So Cristiano Ronaldo walked into the Premier League. We saw him at Sporting. I actually watched that game against United.
Yeah, the game that got him signed.
And I was like, the guy is good. He comes to the Premier League. He should do the same thing. And I learned quickly that he can't, because if you hold on to the ball too long, they just keep coming at you. And you will end up suffering injuries that will disrupt the way you should play. So he needs to adopt a new way of playing, which is probably work with the team that he's playing. But with a team like West Ham, what he's got now is willing runners, people that will run for him, and people that will defend for him. So he doesn't have to worry himself too much. If he's made to play as a number 10 or as a number 8, he should know that people around him will do the work for him. So he just needs to kind of get into the Premier League and have the right mentality that he's using this to get himself the move that maybe Barcelona or Real Madrid or to Chelsea. He just needs to focus on what he was doing at Ajax. He's going to play in the Europa League, and over there is a standard he's used to. He needs to just show the quality that he's got, and he should be fine.
I see. Emmanuel, with an E. Same thoughts. Do you think he will fit?
Yeah, I believe so. I think one thing I really admire about Kudus is his heart, right? He likes to run. Like on any day, he would give his all. He would try to. He pushes himself, right? In this West Ham team, I think ideally I wouldn't have wanted him to join West Ham, right? Yeah. I would have preferred that he would go to a different club. But I mean, we don't know what goes into these deals and all. But I would have loved to see him at Brighton. But we all know, I think there was this whole issue about him wanting a release clause in there and all that. But I feel in terms of success, like you rightly said, he has what it takes to really succeed in the Premier League. In that, for this particular West Ham team, I think people don't really see them to play the most beautiful football, like the pretty game that we know that most clubs play. But what they also have is heart. They defend when at the right time. They also attack, and then they're also very deadly on the set pieces and all that. For Kudus, what the advantage that he has at his disposal at the moment is that for a team like West Ham, I think last season Kudus actually ranked in the 90th percentile among those who actually lose possession a lot, right? And that's one thing that coming into the Premier League, I think would have to like try to fix, in that if you snooze, you lose. They will punish you. The moment you lose the ball, somebody's on a fast break, one pass, you are done. But what this West Ham team will give him is that he has a shield that he can sort of like rely on. That's if they are to use him as either even a false nine, or if he was to playing from the right or anything of that nature. But for one, I feel that his technical ability will actually come good for West Ham, especially when we don't really have players who are consistent in that manner. You can talk about Benrahma. You see, he will just give you a hot and cold. Like he can be hot at times, he will be cold at times, and he's not really consistent. Kudus comes in and he solves that. If you want a different alternative to what they have in Mikel Antonio, you can use him as a false nine. I mean, the possibilities are endless for him. But I feel that in this David Moyes setup, he can come good for them.
West Ham, like
lots of people. And that's my main worry. I mean, to answer the question,
do you think he fits?
He fits the Premier League,
but the team
he's in,
choice of team.
David Moyes will stifle anything that looks like Kudus. Let's be real. I mean, just take a look at Paqueta in the Brazil national team, and you take a look at him at West Ham. Two different people. And that was my worry. And that's why, I mean, just like he said, I would have wanted him to go to a team like Brighton, where he will have room to express himself very well. A team that dominates possession, so it means you have more of the ball. A team that wants the ball, a team that would press. All those things, I think, with the attributes he has, his strength, his build, and all those things, it would put him on a higher pedestal. Plus, you know how Brighton know how to churn out talent into something and sell them for 120 million and the like. So if you are really looking for a big break, it looks like Brighton would have been the good platform in the Premier League to step up. But for me, West Ham, I don't think so. You look at even the Chelsea game. Yes, they won 3-1, but no beautiful football. We'll sit back, we'll hoop it long, maybe get into the
but don't you think that maybe West Ham are trying to have
building?
You know, maybe they are trying to.
They tried with Scamacca, it didn't work.
You know, maybe they are trying to give themselves a different dimension. Well, Scamacca was misused because I think David Moyes saw how tall he was and said that plunk him up top. Exactly. But Scamacca is a far more skillful player.
Exactly, and West Ham don't play with anything that's close to flair. In as much as, I mean, to a large extent, they rely on a lot of individual brilliance, like Benrahma, like Bowen.
Okay.
They used to do a lot of that with Rice. So for me, maybe with how he plays, yeah, he can carry the ball, he can run with it, so that would help him. But then in the EPL, if what Emmanuel is saying is to stand by, if you lose a lot of possession, a team like West Ham...
He can't, some of his bad habits...
Yeah, a team like West Ham don't have enough possession already. So with the little they have, if you are losing it, you're going to kill the team. You understand? And that defense in itself is put under a lot of pressure. They tend to commit silly fouls and all those kind of things. So for me, in the Premier League, if he went to a team like Brighton, 100%, I'll know in the next year or two, he'll probably get the big move. Yeah. But I mentioned Barcelona. What money would they have used to buy?
So yeah, you wanted to.
I think what it is players go different places to mature. Yeah. So I am actually happy he's going somewhere like West Ham because David Moyes is the kind of manager that he cuts certain things out. Not because it's bad for you, but you learn to play as a team or for the team. And we saw people like Leon Osman, we saw Fellaini. He just found a way to let them see.
Those guys were workman-like players.
Exactly. So he's going to bring a certain part of Kudus out that we Ghanaians haven't seen, that he himself hasn't seen. And in a season or two, we'll be like, wow, completely different player. Not in a bad way, but in the sense that he's added to his attributes. So he comes down to play for Black Stars. We'll see different things from him now.
I see. So you're saying that this could be good for his off-the-ball side.
Yeah,
but aren't you worried that it could kill his natural tendencies?
Kudus was born to be a star. He was born to play football the way he plays it.
So he will always...
It's always going to be there. Once you play football a certain way, it never goes away. It's just that you pick other traits that you add to it to make you a more complete footballer.
Wow, we'll see. So if that move works out for Kudus, he follows the likes of Andre Ayew Black Stars players.
Jordan.
Well, I'm talking about West Ham,
okay,
West Ham,
sorry.
but he will add to the list. Andre, Jordan, Tony Boa, Essien.
Maybe he pulls a Tevez or a Mascherano one good season and then he goes
Boom.
to Liverpool or a City or something.
Not Barcelona though, because they don't have money.
You never know.
Yeah.
You never know what can happen in a season.
But it's West
Maybe
Ham.
they'll make all.
They're lucky he didn't go to Brighton.
No,
They
because-
even come near.
At Barcelona, who knows? Maybe Al Hilal will come for
And then they'll get some good
They'll get
cash
some good
injection.
money.
I see. I mean, look, you can continue the debate wherever you are, whether or not you think Kudus will fit in the Premier League, because it looks like he's on his way to West Ham. He's granted interviews and he's hinted strongly that he's talking to West Ham. He says he's played his last game for Ajax, and in that game he scored a hat-trick. So it looks like Kudus is leaving. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out for him. But, I mean, from a Ghanaian perspective, we are happy. We want to see him every time. So if he gets to the Premier League, all well and good. Now, we'll wait to see whether West Ham is the best place for him or not. You're still watching the Premier League preview show on CTT. We'll take a very quick break. When we come back, we'll get into the last part of our show, which is the FPL zone. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.